We
Yes.
would love our customers to perceive us as A, B, C, but in reality, they perceive us as this. So, and I agree with you. So many times you walk into a dealership or in many businesses where you just feel like they're just silos. There's just, there's not actual a team. There's just this department and this department, and I mean, how many times I've sat in a meeting where I got the new car manager over here, the service manager over here, this the used car manager and the parts manager. And if I wasn't in the room, there could be a full-on fist fight because this one doesn't hate that one for this reason, and so on and so forth. And the customer knows that. They feel that, even if it's not communicated like that. They all feel that way.
Correct.
So I think it's a great way to kind of bring the entire team together. So I understand from the owner's side the importance of having everyone communicate and how that has to be. It's not an option, it's a requirement, right? How does that affect, Sarah, I'm going to ask you, how does that affect the sales floor?
Well, I think it has a huge effect because we carry it into everything we do. Between managers, we have to make sure we over-communicate, if there's such a thing, and then communicating with our guests and teaching our salespeople how to effectively communicate with our guests, whether that's making sure the outline of the deal is confirmed, the outline of the features of the car that they're getting, communicating the pickup date, what's to be expected at delivery. Like, there's so many stems of that communication that need to be followed. And I think one great thing with Mississauga Toyota and Susan in particular is that we don't rest on, well, this is the way it's always been done. I think that's one phrase that's really cancerous in a business. Well, this is the way it's always been done. That's why we do it that way. There's always an open floor of communication in the management team, not just sales managers. Like every Monday, like Susan said, we have a meeting. And, if it's not working, well, just because it's all the way we've always done it doesn't necessarily mean it's the way we're always going to continue doing it. And unlike a lot of dealerships that you've described where there is this divide between parts, sales, service, right? It's not like that here, and I think part of that does come down from the way that we brand ourselves, and Susan's branded us kind of thing, but parts and service get along famously here, and I mean, a lot of people have transitioned internally. Like, I'm an example, I started in service and now I'm in sales, but some of my closest friends here are still in parts and service, so I think it really trickles down through all departments, not just in sales.
And the customer gets a real feel for that,
For
right?
sure, yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some, look, there's effort. There's a significant effort to make communication a requirement or an option, right? I mean, it's not something that you just do once. To your point, it's something you constantly have to do. And I agree, probably over 90% of issues are probably due because of a breakdown in communications.
Yep. Yes.
Either internally or between us and the customer and us, and so on and so forth, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, putting that time in there's huge ROI to that.